Leeds fans, stop scrolling right now. Elland Road just erupted with breaking news, and it's not good. The alarm bells are ringing after the 3-0 collapse against Brighton. And one specific number proves the entire system is broken. That number, 19.7. We have a star striker being hung out to dry. A key midfielder who just made a shocking admission about being scared. And to Premier League experts warning Daniel Farke that Leeds United are officially starting to slip into a relegation disaster. This is a red alert. The first payoff is here, that 19.7. It's the average number of accurate long passes Leeds completes per game. That's the third lowest in the entire Premier League. If you bleed white, gold, and blue, and you know this club belongs in the top flight, smash that like button right now and show the doubters we are marching on together. We start with the tactical crisis that is isolating Leeds United's main number 9. The frustration around Elland Road is palpable. 1 goal. That is the entire Premier League return for a striker signed to keep Leeds in the division. Dominic Calvert-Lewin has looked lost, frustrated, and ineffective since his opening goal against Wolves. But here is the bombshell. It might not be his fault. Daniel Farke is hanging his star striker out to dry. The 28-year-old Englishman is tall, athletic, and one of the most physically dominant headers of the ball in English football. So why is Farke insisting on a system that completely ignores these strengths? The data, provided by Fatma, is damning. Leeds averages just 19.7 accurate long passes per game. Only West Ham and Manchester City rank lower. And let's be honest, City can afford to play that way. Leeds cannot. We have a target man, a proven weapon, and Farke is refusing to give him ammunition. This isn't about turning into a Tony Pulis hoofball team. This is about being smart. This is about adapting to survive. This tactical stubbornness doesn't just neutralize Calvert-Lewin. It has a ripple effect that damages the entire attack. Players like Willy Gnonto and Noah Okafor thrive on chaos, on second balls, on defenders being dragged out of position by an aerial threat. Instead, they are forced into slow, predictable build-ups that Premier League defenses are eating for breakfast. It's no surprise DCL is underperforming his XG. He's barely getting any chances that fit his profile. He is being asked to be a poacher when he is a warrior, a target man forced to play like a false 9. It is tactical malpractice. This stubbornness isn't just costing Leeds points. It's actively destroying the value of a 28-year-old asset who should be in his prime. The clock is ticking. Every game Farke refuses to adjust is another game where DCL's confidence drops further, and the frustration from the fans at Elland Road gets louder. The failure isn't the players, it's the plans. Farke now faces a choice that will define this season. Option 1, the sensible one, adapt the system. Play to the strengths of your assets. Utilize the long pass to turn defenses around and unleash DCL. It's what kept him in the England squad for years. Option 2, the stubborn one, persist with this failing system and change the personnel. Joel Pirro is sitting right there, waiting for his first real chance of the season. Pirro is a different profile, more of a poacher, but will he also starve in this same system? The evidence suggests yes. Is Pirro the answer to Farke's system, or is the system the problem? Drop a comment below. Does Farke need to change the striker or change the tactics? This is a crisis point. But while the attack is misfiring due to tactics, the midfield is facing a crisis of mentality. This might be one of the most concerning stories to come out of Thorpe Arch all season. While fans were debating tactics, a key player just went public with an admission that calls his entire future at the club into question. Anton Stach, the 22-year-old German midfielder brought in for his physical presence, has been on the bench for the last 2 matches: the 2-1 win over West Ham and the 3-0 demolition by Brighton. We assumed it was tactical, or perhaps just managing his return from injury. The truth is much worse. In an interview with the German outlet Kicker on November 2nd, Stach revealed he is struggling mentally with the physicality of the Premier League. He confirmed he broke a rib against Tottenham right after breaking his little finger. But then he said this, quote, "You definitely feel an injury like that. For me, it was mostly a mental thing, because I automatically held back in challenges. Especially in midfield, you have a lot of challenges and elbows can come in quickly." He is openly admitting to holding back, to shying away from the fight because he is scared of getting hurt again. This is a disaster. A Premier League relegation battle is not a place for hesitation. You need players willing to go through the pain barrier. This isn't the Bundesliga. This is a 38-game war. Farke needs warriors. He needs players who show fight and bravery, not players who are shirking from challenges. This admission makes Farke's next decision easy. Statch cannot start against Nottingham Forest. He simply cannot be trusted when the points matter most. And this opens the door for someone else. Ao Tanaka, the 27-year-old Japanese international, has stepped into the void left by Statch and has been immense, particularly against West Ham. Tanaka has proven he has the fight. In fact, Leeds have never lost at Elland Road when Tanaka has started. That is a killer statistic. Statch now faces a monumental uphill battle to win his place back, not just tactically, but to prove to Farke and his teammates that he is mentally ready for this war. How does the rest of the dressing room look at a player who admits he's holding back? In a relegation battle, trust is everything. One weak link can break the chain. The problem is, Statch has a high ceiling, but his current mentality puts a dangerously low floor on his performances. Tanaka, on the other hand, has proven to be the soldier Farke needs now, someone who doesn't shy away from the physical challenge, but embraces it. Farke's choice here defines the midfield's identity. Do we want skill with fear, or courage with consistency? Do you think Statch's honesty is commendable, or is this an admission that proves he isn't cut out for Leeds United? But this internal weakness, a striker being misused and a midfielder admitting fear, is happening at the worst possible time, because the warnings from the outside are getting louder. The 3-0 loss to Brighton wasn't just a bad day at the office. It was an alarm bell that the entire Premier League heard. Now, former Premier League players Robbie Earle and Robbie Mustoe, speaking on the high profile to Robbie's podcast for NBC Sports, have issued a direct warning to Daniel Farke. Earle did not mince words, quote, "I just feel that Leeds are starting to slip, mate." Mustoe hammered the point home, warning that the winter is an absolute slog and that Leeds United are in for a grueling fight. While Farke's side is technically still above his 1 point per game target. With 10 points from 10 games, that cushion is gone. It's a 4-point gap that closed after West Ham's comeback win. The context is terrifying. The teams below us are desperate in making moves. Wolves just sacked Vitor Pereira. West Ham and Nottingham Forest have also changed managers. All three clubs in the bottom three are desperately seeking that new manager bounce, and they are closing the gap. This makes Leeds United's next fixture an absolute must-win. It is a relegation 6-pointer away at the City Ground against Nottingham Forest. And look at the schedule that follows. This is the run that will decide our season. After Forest, Leeds face Aston Villa at home, Manchester City away, Chelsea at home, and Liverpool at home. That is a nightmare gauntlet. Let's be realistic. Points against City and Liverpool will be a miracle. Villa and Chelsea are fortress games. This means everything rides on the Forest result. If Leeds fail to beat Forest, they could be in the bottom three by the time that run is over, and the momentum will be dead. The 3-0 loss to Brighton wasn't just a defeat, it was a character collapse. The team looked like it gave up after the second goal. That lack of backbone is what Earle and Mustoe are identifying. You cannot show that weakness before facing City and Liverpool, or the team will be destroyed. The pressure is total and absolute. The only saving grace? Forest have European commitments. They face a tricky away game against Sturm Graz on Thursday night before they face Leeds. Farke's side must be faster, stronger, and catch them cold. They must exploit any fatigue. How many points can Leeds realistically expect to get from that nightmare run of 5 games? Let's be honest in the comments. This is the moment of truth. 3 stories, 1 terrifying conclusion. Leeds United are in serious trouble. The system is failing the striker. A key midfielder is mentally holding back. And the Premier League experts are officially sounding the relegation alarm. Daniel Farke is facing the perfect storm. You cannot survive a nightmare fixture list that includes Villa, City, Chelsea, and Liverpool when your attack is isolated and your midfield is scared of elbows. The 1 point per game target is irrelevant if the teams below you are surging. The 3-0 loss to Brighton exposed the cracks, and the warnings from Earle and Mustoe confirm that the slip is real. The entire season now boils down to the next match against Nottingham Forest. It is not just another game, it is a cup final that Leeds simply cannot afford to lose. This is the ultimate test of Daniel Farke's leadership and this squad's character. We need every single Leeds fan marching together. 1. Smash that like button if you believe Farke must change his tactics to suit Dominic Calvert-Lewin immediately. TWO, drop your official prediction for the Nottingham Forest match. Is this a must-win, and will we do it? 3. You must subscribe. We are covering this relegation fight every single day, and every sub shows the world that we are marching on together. But stay locked, because here is the double cliffhanger. Farke has a massive decision to make before the Forest game. Will he drop Calvert-Lewin and finally give Joel Pirro the start? Or will he radically change the system to save DCL's Leeds career? That decision will be made in training this week. And on top of that, those same reports warning about Farke's position mention suggestions that a new name is being discussed by intermediaries as a potential replacement if this slip continues. That name, Steven Gerrard. The next story will analyze if that rumor has legs. Hit subscribe. This fight is just beginning.